Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Travis, and today's video is sponsored by Hub.Careers, a great resource for finding out any information that you guys are looking for any hints and tips for your future careers. So today's video, we're going to cover a slightly different topic than I have in the last videos. We're going to talk about entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is kind of a big deal now, as it's becoming more of a common industry for everyone to take part in. And what does it mean to be an entrepreneur? Now, being an entrepreneur means you're pursuing a dream. You're pursuing a passion of something that you can make a career out of, which is pretty awesome in my opinion. I've been an entrepreneur since I was 12 years old. And it's true, anyone of any age can be an entrepreneur. At the age of 12, I started a website design business after taking some simple HTML classes. This is back before the time of responsive websites and designs that were mobile friendly or having, big Flash galleries or anything like that. Actually, Adobe Flash was the big deal at the time. And at the age of 12, I started a website design business. It was my first ever entrepreneur endeavor, and it was successful. It was a very successful business. I made a decent profit of it. The only reason why I ended up failing in the long run is while I understood the design aspect of everything, I did not understand the business aspect of things, and I was very young. I was immature. I didn't even understand the concept of taxes at the time. So that's in the long run why the business ended up ending. Since then, I have spent most of my life dedicating myself to educating myself in different areas, including website design, video production, marketing, branding, graphic design, animation, programming, a wide variety of skills that I could use. From there, I pursued freelance work, which is another form of entrepreneurship. And what I ended up doing was I've built up kind of a client base, and I have developed the skills I need in order to continue to work with these same clients, and now I'm ready to take it to the next level. Now, I've tried starting other businesses besides my first one, working in website design. I also have tried starting 2 studios, video production studios. These ones focus specifically on creating original content. The difficulty I had with that at the time is I didn't have an understanding of marketing or branding, and so I didn't know how to market or brand my own content and get people attracted to it and getting them to want to come back for more. So that was the downside to that. With each entrepreneur pursuit that I've made, I've learned something new. I've learned where I failed, so that way I could take the time to educate myself and learn how to succeed in the area that I once failed. So I don't really see it so much as a failure as much as an opportunity to learn for success. So in order to help you guys out with getting started in entrepreneurship, and I'm going to cover more topics about entrepreneurship, I want to start by giving you 6 tips as to what you need to do, how you need to prepare yourself for being an entrepreneur. Tip number 1, you need absolute clarity. This means you need to know what it is that you want to do, why you're doing it, who you're doing it for, when you're doing it, where you're doing it, what tools you're using. Basically, you need to answer the who, what, when, where, how, and why of your business. Now, it's not going to be just one question for each of those categories. It's going to be multiple questions, but each one's going to be important. This is where creating a business plan comes in, which we'll go over in a later video. Writing a business plan, knowing what your plan is, what is your projected outlook, what is your goal first, your goals for your business. These are all important things. So you need to have that absolute clarity. And you also have to understand the concept that it's going to be a constantly changing aspect of your business. It won't remain the same at all. The second tip is increase your confidence account. Now, what does this mean? What is a confidence account? Well, a confidence account is basically your level of confidence. You have those individuals who have a very low level of confidence, and you have those individuals who have such a high level of confidence that they don't even have to think twice before they respond to something. They know exactly what they want to say, how they want to say it, and they don't, I won't say that they don't care how others respond to it, but they're not as worried about it as most people would be. You need to be confident in order to run a business, because there's going to be times where you might deal with a client that wants you to give them 75% off of a service, well, you're going to end up most likely not profiting at all, as well as losing money in providing that service at such a discount. So you have to have that confidence to say, no, we can't do this, but hey, this is what we can do. You need to know what your limitations are, and that's what it means to increase your confidence account. Tip number 3, shifting your circle of influence. If you're dealing with people, or you're around people, spending time with people who don't think you can accomplish this goal of running your own business, these aren't the people you want to be hanging out with. You want to hang out with people who are going to be encouraging, supporting, and help you with reaching your goals. That could be family members, that can be friends, that can be coworkers, because overall you want to have a good influence. Another thing is what type of material are you getting into? Are you reading books that are just novels? Now, I'm not saying that reading a novel is a bad thing. In fact, I love to do it. It gets the creative juices flowing. What I am saying is that if you want to start a successful business, you need to learn from people who are already in the business world by doing stuff like reading their articles, following their social media, reading their books, watching their videos. You need to educate yourself by those who have already done it, and that they can influence you, they can encourage you, they can motivate you. Tip number 4, consistent energy and motivation, your inner drive. So this goes back to the last tip that we talked about what's your influence? What is your circle of influence? Who are you spending time with? What are you reading? It's the exact same thing. You need to have that influence so that you can gain that consistent energy and be motivated. If you don't have that, you're going to end up causing yourself problems because you might hit a wall. You might hit a wall hard when starting your business, and all of a sudden you're going to be like, whoa, I don't know what I'm doing. And so that's going to lower your energy. It's going to lower your motivation. It's going to be a hit. That's going to be hard. What you need is to already have that influence and energy built up in order to be able to go and pursue things further. Don't give up. Never give up. If you give up, you might as well have never started to begin with. So definitely you need to have that consistent energy and motivation. Tip number 5, creating intentional result rituals. When you start your business, you're going to run into different situations, different scenarios, and you're going to have your routines for handling them. The question is, are those routines the best options for handling it? So if you have a specific way that you take information for your clients, but it's kind of difficult for the clients to get you that information because they don't understand what you're asking for, maybe it would be a good idea to reconsider how you're asking your clients for that information. So you need to make sure that you're keeping an eye on what are your routines for your business. You need to make sure that they are effective, and you need to be sure that they're not blocking you from your clients, that they're not creating a wall, not lowering that energy and motivation. And finally, tip number 6, continually focusing on growth and learning. And this I touched a little bit at the beginning of the video. I've started multiple different businesses. Some of them have been successful, some of them have not been. It's very important that you are constantly focusing on learning from your mistakes, learning from your successes, and growing in them. Just figuring out, okay, I succeeded in this, but how can I make it better? Or, hey, I really hit rock bottom with this one. How can I make it better? How can I succeed in this area? It's incredibly, incredibly important to put all of these different tips that I've given you today together in order to run a successful business. We'll touch more on entrepreneurship in future videos, but I hope this guy will give you guys a good basis on starting everything. Once again, I want to thank Hub.Careers for their sponsorship for this video today, and I will see you guys next time.